Recently, a very special webinar was organized by Espresso and ET Now, which had notable experts from the industry leave the jargon aside and share their thoughts on what can be done to help traders succeed. Here are the highlights. The event began with a welcome address by R. Kalyan Raman, CEO of Espresso.
I would basically talk about why Espresso and what are we trying to do and what's in it for traders and stuff like that. What we believed that was that it's no longer about pricing. It's about putting the customers at the fulcrum. It's about putting the customers at the center of if I may say, the attraction, and figure out how we can possibly make things easier for him or her. What we believed was that trader community as such, and there are a lot of data which is floating around which basically says that about 80-90% of the traders lose money in intraday trades, and that's data point one. And data point two is that a lot of aspiring traders have entered the market, more so accelerated because of the pandemic. So you saw millions of customers entering the market in the last 24 months. So here is where we saw the bigger purpose. Our purpose was that we are committed to helping traders succeed. So that's the long and big purpose for us. So when I started by saying that the customer is going to be at the fulcrum, this is what I meant. That our sole purpose of existence of creating Espresso as a discount broking company was our commitment to helping traders succeed. Now, how are we actually living the statement that we have created Espresso for, which is like we are committed to helping traders succeed? Point number one, we are probably the only company which had a beta testing of our product. We created a desktop trading platform. We invited the top 25-30 traders that we could attract initially, even before the launch. We showcased our product to them and we said, come, test it, give us your constructive feedback. And a lot of feedback that we got then became a part of the product portfolio offering. The second idea is that we do a lot of events like Your Voice at Espresso, primarily inviting traders and saying, this is your voice. So you tell us what you feel about us. And it's not about talking about the good points of Espresso. No. The whole conversation is tell us where we need to improve. So that's another commitment from our side to say, can I get closer to your expectations? So that's how we created this chain of events called Your Voice at Espresso, where we connect with the customer and we ask them, what's in it for you? Is there anything that we can do better? Can you do some kind of competition benchmarking for us? Can you tell us, is there anything else that we can do? So there are a lot of such customer connect initiatives under the banner of Your Voice at Espresso that we do constantly. For intraday trades, the loss-making side of the trade or the loss-making leg of the trade, if at all you have a bad day at office, is not charged. So when I say pay when you profit, you only pay brokerage for intraday trade, only for a profitable trade and not for a loss-making trade. So that's one more commitment from our end to say, okay, you've gone wrong in your art of trading for a day, don't fret. At least you will not pay the brokerage. This is one small step to say that we are there. We are there to handhold you. We are there to listen to you from platform innovation perspective. And also, if you have a bad day, you don't have to pay us brokerage on a loss-making trade. So that's the way we kind of give a confirmed demonstration of how much we care that the customers succeed. We also have come out with a lot of action-oriented videos. So when you visit our website, which is myespresso.com, it's not about just spreading the knowledge. Knowledge is obviously important, but beyond the knowledge is what we try to do. The way we have chosen to be a little different, and here is where I would seek feedback from all of you viewers, is we have come up with videos which also at the end of the video tells you what to do. So one is equipping you with the knowledge that is required. Second is beyond the equipment of knowledge, what is it that you have to do now that you have equipped with the knowledge? So the whole idea is trying to make it as much action oriented as possible. It's not about gyan. केवल ज्ञानवर्धक बातें नहीं करेंगे. It's going beyond the gyan and telling you this is what you need to do now that you've understood a particular concept, maybe a futures, maybe an intraday, and so on and so forth. So a lot of action-oriented videos is what we create. Our request is to please go check these videos, write to us if you think that we can do a much better job. Please tell us, we are all ears. We want to learn from you and we want to deliver exactly what you want. So that's for me the sole purpose with which me and my entire team swear by, which is our purpose is that we are committed to helping you succeed. And it's our endeavor to keep listening to you in all humility. It's our endeavor to ensure that we come close to what your expectation is. And please don't fret. Please don't stop yourself from writing to us. Please don't stop from criticizing us, because these are pearls of wisdom that we'll keep collecting. And more importantly, we commit, and I say that we commit that we will listen to every conversation, we listen to every suggestion that you give, and in a time-bound manner, we'll be able to implement them.
Our next speaker, Vivek Bajaj, co-founder of eLearn Markets and StockEdge, spoke about using the power of free YouTube education.
Let me share my experience of being a trader with you. I started trading way back in 2006. As a trader, I started with commodities first because I used to work in JM Financials as a commodity analyst. And it was a natural progression for me from an analyst to become a trader. And trust me, it was the most toughest thing which I would have done, because as an analyst, you always believe that you are right most of the time. But when you actually start trading, you realize that it's a very different ball game. So life as an analyst was far more easier, because saying people to buy or sell is far, far more easier than actually doing it on their own, because the real differentiation comes when you implement what you have in your mind. So trading psychology becomes a very important differentiating factor. And I'm sure people who are already traders, they will acknowledge what I'm trying to say. Having said that, for 6 months or so, it was quite a tough journey for me because it was not easy. But after 6 months, because I had this knack of playing with data and understanding the cause and effect in the markets, I was able to identify that Eureka trade for me. And I still remember that trade in natural gas, where there was a huge price discrepancy between the price which was traded in global markets and price which was traded in MCX. And I was able to figure out that discrepancy and trade in natural gas. And I remember if I made around 20-25 lakh in that trade. And that was really a booster for me. So the first learning is your initial stages of trading journey will be tough. But obviously, if you are there in the market and if you are doing the right thing with utmost honesty, there is a possibility of getting that one Eureka trade, and that will give you confidence and obviously that much needed money to make you feel confident about yourself. YouTube has been a great revolution as far as education is concerned. There is so much YouTube has to offer to us, both in terms of quality and also in terms of garbage. Now, for us, it is extremely important for us to understand that we need to identify right content creators, right people who are giving us right content. So the best way to do that is to follow some people for some time and test what they are sharing. Is it relevant for you? Is it something which you need for your journey? Because if you don't know what you are and if you don't know what you need, obviously there is a high possibility that you may land up in a wrong action. My experience of handling my traders and seeing their growth over the last 10 to 15 years is that it takes 2 years at least for one person to become a consistent profitable trader. It cannot happen in 1 day, 2 months, 6 months. It will take at least 2 years. And very honestly, it takes on an average 3 to 4 years. So typically in our trading desk, the training process is for 2 years. And then only we allow people to punch their first order in the market. And that whole 2-year training process includes theoretical as well as practical training in real market. Until as you do a bit of trade in real market, the training becomes incomplete. So YouTube is a great source of learning. And we are blessed to live in this era where YouTube is there and learning content is so much democratized. But then there is a lot of garbage as well. One needs to be 100% sure whom you are following. Now, let me try to give you a perspective about the future of trading. How does it look like? Because I have seen the pit market, I have seen the manual trading, I've seen the evolution of algo trading. We have one of the largest algo trading desks also based out of Bombay. The way I look at market is that, yes, market is getting mature and there is a lot of data, especially the unstructured data, which is getting plugged inside the market. For example, we have always relied on price, but then these days there's a lot of unstructured data in the form of noise, in the form of social media interaction, which is also getting captured. as a sentiment analytic platform, right? And people are using them to trade algorithms, which is trading on sentiment rather than just on the price data. So the whole ecosystem of financial market is now moving away from a manual discretionary trader to more rule-based trader. And eventually there will be artificial intelligence and machine learning, which will try to evolve the rule on its own. So is there any opportunity for people like all of us who are doing discretionary trading? I would say there will be opportunity. It's not that hum log redundant ho jayenge and machines will do all the things. Ultimately, machine is a great platform to transact. And it's very, very efficient when they are transacting. But then someone has to be there to map those machines. And as humans, and as something called traders gut is there, which is also an art as well as science. So if you see the future, we will definitely have a role, but machines will have a larger role. So anyone who has better understanding of managing the machines or creating rule-based system or creating algorithms will obviously make much more money. So happy learning and have a great career ahead. Trading is a great career, but obviously if done the right way. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Next up, we had Sameer Patil, Chief Business Officer at BSE, talk about how stock exchanges support retail traders in succeeding.
As you all know, BSE is the oldest exchange in Asia, more than 147 years in existence, created BSE listed companies create market cap is more than $3.5 trillion. During the pandemic, we have done, as far as technology is concerned, we have ensured that the investors invest, trade, participate on the exchanges in a very, very seamless manner. So during the entire pandemic or pre-pandemic also, BSE has not witnessed even a single day or a single moment or a single second technical glitch on its platform. This shows the power, the prowess of BSE technology and its functionality during the entire trading sessions. BSE has provided free of cost services like the BSE bolt-on web and the best, that is BSE electronic smart trader platforms for the retail investors, that too free of cost. BSE bears the cost and provides the front end to the retail investors so that they can participate on the exchanges seamlessly. Now this becomes more important because many of the third-party software vendors, either they do not provide technology services on time or they charge an exorbitant cost to provide these services. Also, BSE was the first exchange and to provide the best price execution and interoperability on the BOW platform, so that when an retail investor participates on any of the exchange, he gets an easy and equal amount of exit on any of the other exchange. Plus, due to providing the best price execution, he also gets an opportunity to select the best price on any of the exchange to execute his trade. So these are the two important features that BSE is provided through its front-end systems. BSE is the world's fastest exchange with a response time of 6 microseconds. When I say a response time of 6 microseconds is when you place an order, the response you get from the other side is 6 microseconds. So it is very, very fast. Even when you click your eyelid, it is faster than that. So it is one of the best methods for an investor to come and participate on the exchange. So not only a retail investor, algo trader, machine trader, they come, they participate, and they participate on the exchange in a very, very seamless way, thanks to the robust technology that the exchange provides. And with this, I would like to thank you all for allowing me to speak today. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Espresso Presents Helping Traders Succeed, partnered by ET Now. Our next session saw speakers from different areas connected to stock markets come together to talk about what can and should be done to help traders succeed and improve their success rate.
We all have
Yeah.
seen this data that the number of newbies in the market, first time traders and investors, have exponentially gone up over the years. And some of them in the market even call this 401k moment for the market. A large part of them
Yeah.
actually come in, to the market without realizing they are traders or investors. So, what are your thoughts? You must be observing a lot of entrants in your company as well. Uh, how do you see this phenomena happening right now?
In terms of the number of people, obviously there has been a surge that a lot of intermediaries or brokers like us have actually been got really surprised. But if I look at the trend of what kind of people have gotten into the market in the last 24 months, pandemic specific entry, if I may call them, the basic trades have not changed.
Mhm.
And the terminology of being a trader or investor is more associated with people maybe in the panel, including me, because we seem to understand that terminology a little more than the customers who are walking in. But from their perspective, and this holds true for most of the customers who are walking in, uh, with one single objective. It seems that you can make money in the market, and it seems that you can make the money in the market pretty quick. These are the two things that typically all the surges that I have seen in the market for the last maybe 20 years, even after the crash and in 2008 and the market bouncing back and stuff like that, and in 2014 the change in the leadership in the central government, irrespective of whatever phase that one can see the markets going up, and also in the last 2 years that we have seen, primarily a lot of people come with greed, hope, and belief. When I'm saying the word belief, they also believe that, yeah, I know making money is pretty easy, because you buy, it's like saying you buy the stock low and sell high. Easier said than done. So despite all kinds of data available, and if I look at a new to market customer today who hasn't transacted in the past, and he or she is entering the market for the first time, if I look at his or her trade now vis-a-vis maybe the new to market customer, say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, he or she is much more equipped with plethora of information. You check YouTube. Vivek comes with a lot of videos. Lakshay is there. Shiva comes with a lot of talking points. Despite so many talking points, the basic trait has still remained the same, that I can get rich pretty quick and making money is easy. And that basic psyche of the customer has not changed despite the data available. So that's been my first observation. I hope I've answered
That is
you
true. I mean,
likely.
the belief that it is easy to make quick money, large amounts of it, because we hear so many success stories. Everybody wants to replicate that in their own trading books as well. That is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
something which lures the newcomers. But then some very expensive lessons are also learned in the short term. Let's understand how serious is this game to make the game of investing, trading actually. How serious is this to make meaningful money on a consistent basis? What are the rules which you are adopting, Lakshya, and how important are those rules to understand for a trader before meaningful money on a consistent basis can be made?
The basic point what I believe is that first of all you have to understand that everybody is coming to stock market because greed, not the need. And that is the major problem even now. Even if the volumes have increased, the number of traders, investors have increased, that also increases the number of illiterate, or I should not say illiterate, uninformed traders and investors. So the more number of failures are bound to come. Now the point is that we are still not in that kind of society where parents will motivate you to go to stock market and trade. They will not even give you a single penny. People are not thinking about getting themselves educated. I'm really thankful to Vivek and Shiva and uh, Kalyan. These guys are trying to educate people, motivate people, trying to do things which are not traditional in broking or stock market and investing. Because traditional ways account,
Yeah.
you start the account and you start trading. You don't care. I mean, I took 7 years to just figure out how to get into the profit. Last 3 years I have left my job and I have been profitable, surviving with the money of trading. Any money which you made apart from trading by selling courses or whatever, that is your plus point. That is not the core.
So what I believed is that rather than thinking about putting stop losses in the system, I started thinking that okay, I cannot afford to lose more than 10% of my capital in the worst case scenario, and when I'm trading with 20% of my total capital. So this is my rule, first rule, which I stopped, I just cannot reach it. Secondly, I stopped taking too much of risk when you are close to expiry, because mostly I do option buying and less of option selling. So these are few things which I can tell you that 50% of my mistakes got corrected because of these two things. 50%.
Okay, Vivek, how should people who are entering the market differentiate that their temperament is better for trading or investing is better suited for them? What are your thoughts on this?
The problem is that we want to find the answer of this question very fast in our life. So people who open an account with a discount broker or any broker of their choice, from next day onwards, they exactly want to know what exactly they should do. And it took us so many months, so many years to figure out what are we meant for. I'll give you an experience of running a large prop desk in Calcutta. We have 150 traders. And whenever we recruit anyone, for 2 years, that person is just asked to look at the screen, nothing else. So that whole period of identifying the pattern and marrying yourself with a particular pattern, that takes time. And as Lakshya said, or I know Shiva very well for long now, and we know that how much effort it takes to reach that eureka moment, that one single eureka trade which tells you that you have arrived. So that takes time, and my experience is that at least 2 years is something which one should expect. I mean, if you are God gifted, then you obviously can do it in 3 months also. But 2 years is a reasonable estimate uh, to become a consistent, profitable trader.
Let's talk about FNO a little more, scalping in particular, Shiva. Talk to us about a bit about your firm, which provides OI related data, and the importance of determining that.
What is scalping is all about? Get into an option trade or in a stock trade, scalp for a 5 or 10 or 15 points quickly within a time frame of 3 to 5 minutes and get out of it. And in terms of the stop loss, again, the same process which I follow is use my previous day profit as a law, a stop loss for the day. Imagine as a trader, you can either place a stop loss or use some money which you earned from the market on the previous day as a stop loss. That gave me an edge. The reason is when I know today morning I have made around 10,000 yesterday and I can use that 10,000 as a stop loss for the day, it gives me a privilege to hold my trade little longer compared to the way the traditional method of keeping a 10% as a stop loss. Many people ask me, sure, what if the previous day is a loss? Then use 10% of the deployed capital as a stop loss. Then those things psychologically made a big impact on the option buyer. And one more thing, as an option buyer, we are always going to be like an against a wall. The reason is 99% or 100% of the position that's getting created in the options is purely by the sellers. So you are buying something from a guy who is willing to sell the product because he knows at a later date we will be giving him the depreciated product back to him. So rather than me giving him a depreciated product, I will find another buyer who can buy it when I can make 10, 20 rupees and then give it to him. That's how the scalping came into the picture.
Up next, we had R. Kalyanraman, CEO of Espresso, deliver the vote of thanks.
On behalf of Espresso, I thank every one of you for being a part of this conclave. Espresso helping traders succeed along with ET Now. I thank all the participants. I thank all the speakers in the event. The whole purpose of setting up Espresso, given our rich legacy backed by Sher Khan and BNP Paribas, we thought it's our commitment to helping traders succeed. And we have been doing quite a few events and taken quite a few concrete steps to be able to achieve this objective in our own small way. A couple of things that come to my mind is we do events like Trading Success Beans with Kalyan, which is me, where I invite profound traders with deep understanding and experience who come and share their success and failure stories, more importantly. So the whole idea is to learn from failures as much as learning or getting inspired by success stories. Second, we do a lot of co-creation on our platforms through events like Your Voice at Espresso. So the whole idea of living by the tagline, we help or we are committed to helping traders succeed, is going beyond words and concrete action
By co-creating, I mean getting closer to the traders' psyche, helping or seeking help from them to help create platforms which are palatable, and building those nuances which can help the traders up their success ratio. So these are the simple steps that we aim to get closer to the overall dream of getting more and more traders to be successful in the art of trading. And I also thank ET Now for providing this platform through which we can actually reach to a much wider and larger audience. And thank you all, also the panelists, to have shared their pearls of wisdom. Thank you so much. God bless.